अल्लाह ने करो लड़का। So good morning students of class 10. You are welcome back to the E classes now. Let us continue our lesson in geography. We are doing manufacturing industries. And here is the subtitle. Here is a question in the subtitle. Why is the per capita consumption of steel so low in India? Here is a question. Per capita consumption of steel is very low in India compared to other European countries or other developed countries. It's very low. Now here, there are altogether 8-9 points, very short points. And if you go through this, you will learn everything about this. Now here, India is an important iron and steel producing country in the world. We have a lot of iron ore mines and production is also sufficient. But still, the consumption is very low. What is the reason behind? The reason behind is we export raw materials, iron ore. Instead of finished product, we export raw materials, iron ore. Most of the iron ore is exported to Japan and Korea. So now here, though it is important iron and steel producing country in the world, yet means still, India is not able to perform or produce sufficient or perform to her full potential due to. What is the reason behind that India is not producing sufficient steel to export, or per capita consumption is very low? What is the reason? It is due to high cost and limited availability of coal. High cost. What is the meaning of high cost? High cost means the labor charge is very high compared to China. In China, the cost of labor is very low, but in India, the cost of labor is quite high. So, high cost and other such as raw materials, transportation cost, electricity charges, high cost and limited availability of coal. Why? India produces a lot of coal. India mines, production of coal is very high in India. But why it is here, it is mentioned that limited availability of coal? Because in India, most of the coal is consumed in thermal power plants to produce electricity. And for the steel plant, there is very little left. So most of the consumption of coal is used in thermal power plants to produce electricity. Highest consumption of coal. So that's why. So there is limited availability of coal. Just to melt the iron ore, you require coal. Lower productivity of the labor. Most of the laborers are not trained or poor. They do not have the skill or talent or education. So, lower productivity of the labor. And the laborers are not sincere. When the owner is not looking, they just keep on sitting idly. They do not want to work hard. These are the reasons. The productivity, lower productivity of the labor. That's a tendency. Now, irregular supply of energy, irregular supply of electricity and coal, that's an energy. Irregular, not regular. Irregular supply of energy and poor infrastructure. Poor infrastructure means transportation, the roads, even the factories, even the machines or the equipments are very old. Poor infrastructure. These are the reasons why per capita consumption is very low in India, or even though India produces a sufficient amount of iron ore, or we have a lot of iron mines, still it is not able to perform properly. These are the reasons. Now there are other points also. Number 2, most of the public sector means the industry, steel industry owned by the government. The aim of the government or public sector is to generate employment. Private sector The motive is profit. But the public sector, the motive is to generate employment. So most of the public sector, यानी कि government owned, undertakings market their steel through Steel Authority of India, that is SAIL. You remember this. Name one public sector through which marketing of steel is done. SAIL. So you remember, SAIL is a government undertaking steel plant. Remember this. This one number question will come. While TISCO market is produced by itself in the name of Tata and Steel. So this Tata and Steel is private sector and the SAIL is a public undertaking, government sector. So you can remember that. In 1950, listen, pay attention now everybody. In 1950, China and India produced almost the same quantity of steel. In 1950, China and India produced the same amount or quantity of steel. But today, China is producing the largest producer of steel and India is lagging behind. What is the reason? Do you know what is the reason? The reason is the cost of labor is very cheap there. And most of the multinational companies, they went there to set up their industry. And naturally, once they set up the industry, the manufacturing of steel increased. And they are the largest manufacturer or producer of steel, because most of the multinational companies have gone there because the cost of production is very low there. Raw material is very cheap, labor is very cheap, everything is very cheap. So most of the multinational companies went there and they set up their industries, infrastructure, and they required steel, and they started producing steel abundantly. So now at present they are the largest producer of steel because of that reason. So now you can understand, in 1950 China and India produced almost the same quantity of steel. But at present, today, China is the largest producer of steel. Now I have told you why it is so. I have told you because most of the multinational companies have gone there and started setting up their industries, infrastructure. Naturally the production went there. But India lagged behind. In 2004, now we are talking about from 1940, we have come to 2004. In 2004, India was the largest exporter of steel trade, largest exporter of steel trade. That means India exports raw material, not finished product. Raw material, India exports. Iron ore, without processing, that's taken out from the mine and shipped into Japan or other countries. So in 2004, India was the largest exporter of steel trade, which accounted for 2.25% of global steel trade. In the world, the global steel trade, here India accounts 2.25%. Largest exporter, one of the largest exporter of steel. Now number 6 point, India also import. Now here, this may confuse you. India imports good quality of steel for special purpose. Why there is a need to import steel from other countries to India? For example, for medical equipments such as surgical tools, engineering goods require high grade steel, and these steels are brought from other countries. It is imported from other countries. Now you understood why? You can understand now why India import means bring. Why India import good quality of steel for special purpose. Special purpose means for engineering goods, for medical equipments. For that you require high grade of steel. For electronic goods you require high quality of steel, and these high quality steels are imported from outside and they manufacture the tools over here. So now here number 7, the overall production in India. The overall production of steel in India is sufficient to meet our domestic needs. Whatever requirements we have in our country, it is fulfilled by domestic industries. The industries which have already been set in India, they supply the steel to the home markets. So overall production of steel in India is sufficient to meet our domestic demand. Domestic demand means the demand within India. You can see around the buildings are being made, bridges, and a lot of vehicles, aeroplanes, trains are being manufactured, and they require steel. And this demand was met by the company, Indian companies, the homegrown companies. So now that is number 7. Number 8, liberalization and foreign direct investment. That is, we have already learned about globalization in class 9 also. Liberalization means to exempt the tax, to lower the tax, so that the foreign companies can come and set up their industries. That is liberalization and foreign direct investment. The foreign countries, they directly invest money over here to set up industries. Why? Because the government has relaxed the tax. The tax has been reduced. What China has done before, now India is doing the same thing, so that the production of steel could increase in India. Liberalization and foreign direct investment have given a boost to the industry. Iron and steel industry, now we have a lot of iron and steel industries owned by our government or by multinational companies, so that production of steel could increase. Number 9, there is a need, but still you cannot just sit idly, or you cannot just sit satisfied. We need to have research. There is a need for research and development to produce steel, because good quality steel requires technology and certain knowledge. In India, in ancient times, India used to produce very, very good quality steel, but the knowledge did not pass on to the new generation. You must have heard about wood steel that is produced in South India. One example was there, that is Asoka pillar near Agra. Asoka pillar, it has been constructed in 1200s. Now it is 2020. It is still rust free. So how they have made that, the pillar, Asoka pillar, and it has not rusted, it is as it is. That certain kind of knowledge was there, certain kind of ratio, composition was there, and that knowledge did not pass on. So India was one of the best producer of a good quality steel and iron and steel at that time. You can see the sword of Tipu Sultan. It was very sharp and it never rusted, and it could cut even the steel. So you can see those were the qualities, and for that reason we need to, that knowledge could not pass on. The knowledge finished, died with those men, those who have the knowledge. Now you can see there is a need for research. That's why there is a need for research to produce a high quality or very good quality steel. Research has to be done, and for the development of iron and steel, so that we can export good quality steel to foreign countries and earn foreign exchange. So there is a great demand in the world market for a good quality steel. So India exports only the raw material. We need to export finished product, and for that we need to have research centers so that we can produce good steel. We do not have research center, we cannot produce a high grade steel. That's why we have to import certain good quality steel for our requirements, such as surgical equipments, engineering goods, electronic goods. Certain machine parts require good quality steel. That's why we have to import. If we had research centers, and we would not have imported the good quality steel. So that's all about iron and steel industry. Now in our next class we'll talk about aluminium industry. So till then, You keep on going through this online portal, as well as those who are in the class, they can understand. Those who have not come to class, or those who are unable to come to class, they can go through online portal. It doesn't take long time, 5-6 minutes, or hardly not even 10 minutes. You can go through this so that you can keep up to date, so you can go along with the class. So in our next class we'll talk about aluminium industries. Do you know what is the ore of aluminium? Ore of aluminium, do you know the name? Aluminium ore, what is it? What name is given to that? Have you heard bauxite? Bauxite? You have heard. That is the ore of aluminium, bauxite. We'll talk about that in our next class, how it is done. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for your attention as well as your presence in the class.